Let's head to the Bay of Plenty region, to Waihi Beach, where you'll find Otawhiwhi Marae. The local whānau hosted a foodie event called Kōrero and Kai as part of the Flavours of Plenty Festival earlier in the year. The first time a marae has been involved. Now, I don't think producer Justine Murray had much trouble with this story. She got to hear the local stories and try the tasty food. It all began, though, with an official welcome.
The pūtātara rings out over the courtyard as we walk slowly onto the marae during the pōhiri. This is the first time a marae has been part of the Flavours of Plenty Festival, and I'm here with about 40 other people. They've bought their tickets, and I can see they're excited for what's coming. Otawhiwhi Marae is part of the hapu or sub-tribe Te Whānau a Taufao. Our host today is Reon Tuanau and his whānau. The wharekai or the dining hall is where we will head to try some kai. But that's on hold for now because there's a bit to understand about where the food comes from and what it means to the people here, the tangata whenua. You may have picked up what Reon said there. He mentioned the whakataua ki he ha te kai a te rangatira, he kōrero, what is the food of chiefs, it is discussion. It's a saying that encourages robust conversations amongst leaders, and it's the inspiration behind this event. After the pōhiri, it's time to settle in. We sit outside the wharenui, the meeting house, Tama Oho.
Well done. Well done to you all, whānau. I know there's some nervous whānau coming on here today, but you did awesome. And that waiata, like I said, all the birds went wahangu, they went silent. I noticed all the bugs and the caterpillars and the worms started coming out of the grounds. Hey, who's these fellas singing? And that's how beautiful it was, whānau. So no mai, haere mai. Basically, what it's about is bringing people together. That's what that whole process is all about in the best way, in the most mana enhancing way we can. Because when we see you, we just don't see you. We see everyone of your past, your ancestors that you all bring with you. We see our ancestors, and we do see you too. And it's all about coming together. So I can't think of a better kaupapa than that.
Reon explains the pepeha of Otawhiwhi Marae, the names of landmarks that tie this people to the land, the whenua.
I'll get you all to join in. So say after me, ko mauao. Me hukurangi. Ngā maunga. Ooh, people go, oh, what's that other mountain they mentioned here? We've all heard of Mauao. And so Mauao is one of our main mountains for us here as people of Tauranga Moana. But different to some of the other whānau in Tauranga, we have another maunga down this end. We show off about it. And so the name of our maunga is Hikurangi. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, Hikurangi, there's heaps of those. I hear that everywhere. Well, that name is said to be a place that we name all along to remind us of our connections to each other. So there's like 100 peaks of Hikurangi from one end to the other, but that is to remind us that we're all connected. And that Hikurangi, when we see lightning strike upon Hikurangi, which is just over here, it's a sign that a chief has died. If we see lightning out at sea, it means someone has died, but not a chief maybe. So these are the signs that we get, and that's the kōrero right through all of these hukurangis. So Hukurangi is one of our main mountains, but Mauao is one of our main mountains too.
Mauao, or its more common name, Mount Maunganui. The region's kai also makes up some of the area's whakatauki or proverbs. Reon mentions a couple that relate to the fish found in the harbour.
Ko au ko te pātiki ko au. I am the flounderer is me. Tauranga Moana, Tauranga Tangata is basically the same sort of saying. What it talks about is we've been eating the kai from out of this harbour and this land here for so long, you are what you eat. Okay, so we've eaten a lot of flounders, so we're now with flounders. But it talks about how important the moana was, how important kai was to our people. And so tauranga, it actually means anchorage. That's what it translates to, pretty simple. When you think about it, our tupuna come from Polynesia, they traverse the oceans, he moana, puke puke, it's a bit rough out there. And when you come into the harbour, it's pretty calm. It's in the word, it's a harbour. But it still gets pretty rough in the harbour. And so what they used to do is go up some of these inlets and some of these bays, and that was the real tauranga safe place to anchor your canoe. The full name for tauranga is Tauranga Here o Ngā Waka. the tauranga a safe place to anchor all your canoes.
Reon also mentions a local river.
Waio is the name of our river. What does that mean? Wai is water, and O is the entrance into a harbour. So we're talking about the main water body that flows from wherever it flows from on the land and eventually connects up with the harbour, which is close to the entrance here. That's what Waio means. And why is that as important is because that's probably a very important source of gathering kai, is those areas, the intermedium where the meeting of the fresh water comes into the harbour. So that's where a lot of fish breed. That's where we get our inanga, that's where we get our mullet, that's where we get our flounders, that's where we get herrings, we get so much fish, the tuna of course. So that's our local river, is the Waio River. But the tauranga waters that surround us obviously has been the thing that sustained our people for generations, hundreds of years. And the message passed down to us from our tupuna is look after it. Try and look after it for the next generations.
Reon told a few other stories as well, like how Mowal got its name and the arrival of the Mātātua waka when it landed in Whakatane. But the main reason we are here is to try the kai. And before we set off, there's an icebreaker, and of course the theme is around food. Okay, so a few words to learn there. Kutai is mussels, prawa is bread, and kumara is, of course, the red or the orange sweet potato.
So now we're just going to break into our groups, 4 groups of 10, and you're going to head off with each of the kaitiaki of these stations.
While everyone heads off to the 4 different kai locations, I catch up with Reon Tuanau.
This is our home. We're located here at Waihi Beach. This area we call Otawhiwhi, but another name you might know it as is Bowentown. So yeah, this is where we're located, our local marae, Ngaitarangi iwi, te whānau taufao.
Kia ora. We're looking out to, what's the name of this particular harbour?
Tauranga Harbour. Many people know the other end, Mowal, but not so many probably are more familiar with this end. So this is the other end of the Tauranga Harbour.
This kaupapa is connected to your taiao. Is this a abundant pātaka kai?
It still is, but it's definitely not like it used to be. We've sort of turned our minds from users, I suppose, of our harbour and resources to protectors more of a priority for us now. Diminishment of kai, loss of kai. So we're just trying to find reasons on why we've seen the diminishing of kai and then find reasons how we can bring it back.
Time to join the others, checking out the traditional foods laid out for tasting.
So you guys are with kina, Karaina kina, on the fried bread next whānau. Who can make the best fried bread here? This side of the Kaimai range anyway.
I'm from Liverpool.
Hey?
I'm from Liverpool.
Whoa, say no more, say no more.
This is our Prawa Prize Station.
And so what makes a good fry bread? What's one tip you can give our...
The aroha, the aroha that goes into the dough and then, giving it all the charisma when you're cooking it, it makes everyone excited about, just a simple prawa. Hey.
So no negative energy.
Yeah.
Kararaina, how does it feel as a ringawere at this marae or tāwhiwhi to have a kaupapa like this?
Yeah, tino rawe, Hai ana kia hau ki te ana tangata, tangata tiriti.
Tangata tiriti.
I tai mai ki te whakawhanaungatanga.
So Kararaina is saying here that it's so good to see a few different faces. Tangata tiriti. It's also good to welcome these people into her marae family. So there's a fresh batch of fried bread with plum jam and, of course, butter.
Is that nice and fresh and hot?
Yes, it is very.
Oh, nice, look at that. We've got butter and jam. Yep, there's probably about 20 grams of butter per slice. Oh, yours is not quite cooked?
Not quite cooked.
Not quite cooked.
Got a second round.
Yeah, second round. Right, I'm trying my fried bread. Yum. I'm going to move over here so I'm not on the way. Yam kararaina.
Kōrero and Kai is part of the Flavours of Plenty Festival. It's an award-winning event put on by Tourism Bay of Plenty to highlight the range of food in this region. And in the 3 years since it launched, it has gone from strength to strength. Restaurants, orchards, farms, food caravans from waihi, tauranga and whakatane get involved and put on something that revolves around food, from the best snack to how to barbecue and even how to make gin. But as I said, it's the first time a marae has taken part. This year, the festival hosted 50 foodie events over 3 weeks. Oscar Nathan is the CEO of Tourism Bay of Plenty, and he happens to be here too. I spot him at the fried bread station.
How has this year been for Flavours of Plenty?
Oh, it's been awesome. So this is our 4th year for Flavours, and we've been really lucky over the last couple of years. We've been tapped on the shoulder for different recognition. So last year at the New Zealand Tourism Awards, we won, which we're really proud of, the best what they call collaboration and industry alignment award. So the great thing about that is it's not about us as an entity. It's about how we work with the community. Listening to the apuraka and the stories from Reon has been amazing. And it's really cool to see the eclectic group of people that have gathered. But the thing that's been really fantastic is it's the first time, and I know it won't be the last time, so when we do the festival next year, I think we can give some really good feedback to the whānau. And part of the reason that I'm here is also, I haven't been critical of my team, but I've sort of been conscious about the opportunity for us to grow Flavours of Plenty more from a mana whenua perspective, in terms of getting a lot more mana whenua involvement, and it's really about working out how we can do that. So I do think there's another opportunity for us from a flavours perspective to have a closer look and work in sync with mana whenua in and around, in Taira Moana, around Matarikia in particular. So that time of year when Kai and whānau and Kōrero come together as well.
And reflection.
So, absolutely.
Fried bread, parawa, we'll take you out to Kutai.
Okay, time to head outside of the wharekai. The smells emanating from that barbecue seem to whack you right in the face. This is Justine, who is manning the seafood station. Think mussels and pippies on the barbecue and fish cooked in the...
Smoker. So that was just a smoker. That was just a smoker there.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh, delicious.
Smells great.
Wow.
There's about 10 of us crowded around the barbecue, and Justine talks about the fish and shellfish sourced from the harbour. But over time, as we heard from Reon earlier, degradation of the harbour means less and less kaimoana.
Right in the harbour here is just full of cockles. But not how it used to be. Not how it used to be. Where it's obviously just a lot more paru, a lot more dirtiness going into our harbour, which means less kai that we can put on the table. Hey, look at the same time. Look, we're gonna eat. We're gonna eat. So look, help yourself. We got kutai. We got cockles on the barbie. Look, help yourself.
Justine not only likes cooking the food, but he likes talking about it too.
My favourite with the kutai is raw. I like it raw.
With marinade or?
No, just raw.
Just raw?
Just raw. But there's just so many ways
Like
you
the
can have
ones that you have over there?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I like them just light and shelled. But you know, you can have them in so many ways. What have we got? Fritters, vinegar.
Anybody teach you a particular recipe, like when you were growing up, like some tricks?
Well, to be honest, Carl is
Reon
just
looks on as we both pick away at the smoked fish, and he's a big seafood lover as well.
Yeah.
What's your favourite, Reon?
My favourite is the humble tuangi.
Tuangi.
Just so sweet.
Are there any titikos out here?
There is, but not like they used to be.
No.
You have to go searching like everywhere else.
I haven't had one for years.
Yeah. No, we get them up in up the India and the mangroves. That's
Oh
where we
yeah.
get
What about boo-boos?
Yeah, still heaps of boo-boos around. Hey, cheap man's power.
So a tuangi is a cockle and a titiko is a sea snail, and I grew up eating plenty of titiko and tuangi. Back inside the wharekai, the dining hall, there's a large silver pot of seafood chowder.
Yeah, so we've got onions and garlic, prawn, We've got some mussel in there, of course. Can't have a charo without mussels. We do have some surimi, a squid.
And then the second to last course, kumara canapes.
Cream cheese, cashews, and kumara, and a little bit of condensed milk as well.
Nice. What do you think of this kaupapa in general, Ricky? Good.
Oh, it's awesome. Awesome kaupapa. Yeah, the Kazi's got a bit of a talent for his storytelling, and I've heard those stories 100 times. I still can't remember all the names in the whakapapa.
I asked a few of my fellow foodies what they thought.
We were saying that I love things that taste completely different to what you expect. So yours, I guess, associate kumara. It's quite a savoury sort of food, and having like the kumara puree with the cream cheese, amazing. Wasn't expecting that at all.
Did you like that dish?
Delicious! Yeah.
What about you? Same?
Te kumara ki te rare.
Lovely. Yes. Tino reka te kumara. Nice.
What she said there was, the kumara is as sweet as a lolly.
Although I do seem to be leading people in the wrong direction.
And speaking of sweet things, the final food station is a local whānau-run ice cream business called Oceanside Swirls, with a few interesting flavours.
So there's that. So you can have a choice of a blackberry ice cream swirl in a cup or in a waffle cone, or a kumara and honey ice cream swirl in a cup or a waffle cone. Or you can have, if you don't have any sensitivities, skin allergies and all that sort of thing, kawa and...
This is Lance Manuel, who runs the business with his partner.
We're trying to highlight our staple, so we're doing kumara and honey mixed ice cream and kawa sodas. Okay.
Why infuse kawa, for example? Is it something you've cooked with before, or?
Being Māori, you're brought up having kawa because kawa is good for everything, really, But you can have kawa tea. So we've used our kawa tea with soda, and we tried it, me and my wife, and oh my gosh, it's really good.
And what was that other ice cream you mentioned?
Okay, so that was kumara and manuka honey. You peel it, obviously boil it, and when it gets a bit cool, you dice it up, put it in the freezer, and then you get it out and you just mix it with your ice cream with honey, and it comes out in a swirl, and it sort of tastes like a cold pumpkin pie.
It's like rosemary flavour. Yeah, rosemary. Yeah.
With the generator and ice cream machine working overtime, there's a bit of a wait, and dessert wraps up this foodie kaupapa, Kōrero and Kai.
Kumara and honey ice cream.
And the kumara's the texture in it, which I like. Yeah, the little green bits in there. Yeah.
Back with Reon Tuanau, he says that it's great that their marae has allowed him and his whānau to host something like this, an expression of manaakitanga.
It's about giving the kai the mana it deserves, and I believe when you talk about the mana of the kai, it just tastes so much more sweeter. So I just want people to appreciate the provenance, I suppose, the history of the kai and where it comes from, and our perspective as tangata whenua of that.
Reon Tuanau at Otawhiwhi Marae at Waihi Beach. That story produced by Justine Murray.